What is going on, you guys? Just a quick little recap here on the trades I've been taking over the past 3 days now. Very clean, very simple, very easy. If you're a new trader, you're a struggling trader, you don't know when to get in the trade, when to get out, how do you find a good setup, a good risk reward setup, stick around and I'm going to show you how. All right, so we'll start on Tuesday first. So I didn't trade in the morning. I actually had something to do. I had to run on the FedEx and do a couple of things like that, and so I didn't have a chance to trade in the morning, but I did open up the platform. It was right around 11:30, so it wasn't this candle here exactly when I opened it up. And it just goes to show it to you guys that you do not have to trade early in the morning. You know, you don't have to be at the computer as soon as the bell rings. It's nonsense, guys. Being at the computer, just trying to catch a morning trade. You know, if you're thinking, oh, if I don't trade in the morning, I can't trade at all, I'm not gonna make any money at all. That's nonsense, guys. So here's what I did. Like I told you guys, I opened up the platform. It was right here. And that was really interesting here. Okay, now forget about these days. All right, pretend they weren't there. So I opened up here, and right away, I saw something very interesting. Okay, the overall highs was 332.18, which is right here. The high of the body was exactly at 332, which is a whole number right here. Whole number. So right away, I know a whole number that's going to be resistance. All right, we're going up. It's going to be resistance. The overall resistance is going to be, you know, the high, which is 332.18. Okay, so now I got that stuck in my head. I know what to do now. All right, so now what I'm doing now is just sitting back and watching what the market is going to do around this high. What is it going to do in this area? Because now when you pair these two together, the high and the whole number, this right here overall is a very strong resistance level. This is going to be a really strong resistance level. You're going to need to watch this area. So this candle came up. It was undecisive. Didn't know what it was going to do. All right. So that led me to think, you know what? I think we're going to come on down. Why? Because if we were going to go up, this candle wouldn't be undecisive. Most likely it would be a full candle. All right. If we're going to continue upwards, but we didn't. We got undecisiveness here. This candle opened, and I immediately bought some 331 puts, riding it to the downside. All right, now I got in as soon as it opened, because I knew, you know, most likely the market was going to come down. All right, now my stop loss was right here on the high, 332.18. Now realistically, I got to give it a couple more, maybe 332.25. But if you can't do that, just stick to the high. Give it about, you know, 3 cents over the high and get out. You know, if you get out early, if you obey your stop loss, you can always get back in the trade. If you don't obey your stop loss and you end up losing a bunch of money, then chances are you probably won't be able to get back in the trade, all right? That's how you become successful. You manage your risk. You know, everybody says that. It's easier said than done, but just obey your stop loss. All right, so now the overall resistance, I'm watching for this 332.18 area. Now, what's the high of this candle? 332.18. What's the high of this one? 332.18. So it touched 18, couldn't break it. So right then and there, and these are 30-minute candles, by the way. Right then and there, I knew, okay, you know what? We're going to come down. And what it do as soon as this candle opened, boom, it just dropped, and this dropped. Now you're probably thinking, all right, but how do I get out of a trade? All right, when do I know when to get out of a trade? All right, so before you take a trade, you got to have a plan. And I know everybody says that. Like I said, it's easier said than done, but you have to have a plan. All right. Most people, you get in the trade, it works out, you make a couple bucks, you get out, and then you realize, oh man, it went all the way down. I could have made way much more. You have to learn how to cut your red. Whenever your trades are red, cut them short. You know, if you can handle some risk, that's perfectly fine. But if your trades are red, cut them short. If they're green, let them run. All right, because what most people do is the red trades, they hold on and hope that it comes back and they make money. Their green trades, they get out too early and they could have made way more money. All right, so now where am I getting out? Okay, so this is 332. I got in right here. So now I'm thinking, okay, you know what? What's the next support area? Okay. So right off the bat, immediately, yeah, you can argue this is going to be support right here, which I'm not disagreeing. That is going to be some support. But this candle just dipped too fast. You know, it just dumped. All right, it just broke through all the support. All right, it's not like it came down slowly and then stopped and played it. Nah, it just dumped. So now I'm thinking, all right, where's my next support level? What's my next whole number? 331, which is right here. So that's gonna be my target right there. That's gonna be my target automatically. I could do 331.50, which is gonna be right around here. As you can see, that's actually where, try to stay here, and then it dumped even more. But it just dumped so fast, it's not like I was worried at all. All right, so my next target is 331. And if it breaks that, what's my next target? You know what? If it breaks below that, what's my next target? Now I'm thinking, all right, what's under that whole number? All right, this is Thursday's highs right here, which is 330.91. So now you pair this high right here, that's the resistance. That was old resistance, now it's support. You pair with this whole number here, 331. Now I'm thinking, okay, you know what? This area right here, this 331 area, is going to be a strong support area. Why? Because you got the highs and the whole number. Same thing as here, it's just the opposite. This is going to be a big support area. All right, so chances are I need to get out right here. So I got out at 331. I got most of it out at 331. The rest, it came down a little bit. I think I took maybe 2 off, and I think I had like 5 on, I think, left. And then once it started popping back over 331, you said, you know what, this is strong support. I need to get out. I got out, and as you can see, it just started coming back up. Now, obviously, it came back down, but realistically, how do you know it's going to come back down? All right. So, and besides, there are options. So I'm not going to be sitting throughout, an hour and a half of this and then lose money because the options decay, So got out right here. Made pretty good money I made really good money on that trade, I'm not going to lie. Then we got Wednesday, which is yesterday. So this was yesterday. Same thing, all right? Market open. Didn't do much. I mean, it did do a lot, but I didn't do much. All right, so I'm thinking, all right, you know what? What's an overall support level? Okay, 332 whole number. Old. Right here. And as well as, old resistance, which was up here. That's going to be new support. Okay. So this is my overall support area here. And then the market just played around a little bit here, shot higher. And then when we got this candle here, as you can see, it's trying to go for that 333 right here. That's going to be resistance. Why? It's a whole number as well. Couldn't quite get there. As soon as it came down, this candle, when it came down, I got in and I bought some puts to the downside. I don't remember what they were off the top of my head, but I bought some puts to the downside. And I was risking, realistically, to be honest with you guys, I was risking over this high right here, which is 332.80. You can argue, you can risk off this high, but I got in right around when they came back right under this high is when I got in the trade to the downside, and I was risking off this high. So it was very small risk reward. Another thing here on this trade here, I forgot to tell you guys. So right here, you're literally risking 18 cents. 18 cents here to make a whole dollar. All right. If you're trading, stocks, let's say you have 500 shares, you're risking 18 cents. That's $90. So you're risking $90 to make $500. All right. So that sounds pretty good to me. So right here, the same thing yesterday. Let me get these out the way. I got in right here. Once it dipped under these highs here, I got in, rode it pretty much all the way down here. Got most of it out at this area here. Why? It's a whole number 332. And I let the rest run. It came back a little bit, bounced up a little bit, and then I let the rest run. I kept them on. I left very small size left on, and then it came back below, dipped down, and that was it. I made pretty good money on this trade here. I actually got out right before this candle ended. I got out, which was right around this area here. That's when I got out, and I made pretty good money on that day. And obviously it came back down as well. But the thing is, guys, you can't just hold and hope that it's gonna come back with you. Okay, take your money while you can. Now, realistically, yeah, I could have left, very small size, let it run, and then this dump. But the thing is, you don't know what's gonna happen. All right, you don't know this dump's gonna happen. For all you know, it could have gone straight up, broke these highs, and gone higher the way the market is right now. So the market opened, gap down. We had some Chinese virus outbreak and something like that. That doesn't really matter because the other day we had that as well. What day was it? I think it was this day, or it might have been this day. One of these days we had that same thing, and the market dipped down, overnight, pre-market, and then as soon as it opened, it just bounced right back up. So I was thinking to myself, you know what? I think that's gonna happen today again. I think the market's gonna recover. I don't think that outbreak is gonna do anything else. It already happened here. So the market opened, gap down, just went down. I stayed patiently, just waited for a little bit of a setup I could take. And the trade I took today, I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best trade. It wasn't a really good setup. If I were to look back, I probably wouldn't have taken the trade. I just took it. But it worked out, but it's not really a trade I would take. All right, so here's what happened. Gap down, played around a little bit. We went to the lows. Started playing around, wanted to come back up. It was starting to bottom out at the lows, so it was a good indication like, okay, you know what? I think it's done. I think we bottomed out. I think we might head higher now. If you look at the chart here, if you can see here, that's where exactly it bounced back up. All right, nice support area here. And if it would have gone below that, the next area I would look for a possible bounce would be this 329 area. Why do you say that? Because it's a whole number, 329, as well as Wednesday's highs right here, okay? Same thing happened on Wednesday, guys. See, it rejected the highs, came back down. All right, so that would have been my next area of a bounce if it would have broke through this. But it bounced at this area here, which was Thursday's lows. And so I was interested in the trade. So I got in right here, right at this 330. Once it broke over 330, about some 331 calls, and as soon as it did, it started coming back down, and I was down maybe $100. I was down, but I wasn't worried at all. We got the support here. I trust the support. We had like a double bottom, I believe, and or close to it, because it was bottoming out here, and I just stayed in the trade. This candle came up next. It started shooting upwards. I looked at the Qs. The Q started ramping, so I was like, okay, you know what? We're good. As soon as that happened, market started going up, came all the way up here. I took everything out. I didn't let the rest run all the way up here. I'm not going to lie and tell you guys that. I took everything out at 331, 63 or something like that, which would have been like right here. I'm going to say 60. It was right in here. Right before I got to this high of this body here, I got everything out because I said, you know what? I think this might bounce here and then come straight back down. So I got everything out right before this body here. So right about the top there. And I got out. And today I made, not a big trade today, but I did make $290. Again, not really just here to show you how much money I made. I'm just trying to show you guys it's not very hard to make trades, all right? It's not very hard. It's just common sense. It's just easy stuff. You just gotta stop making it complicated, all right? The difference between a successful trade and a not successful trade is your mind, all right? I was down maybe $100. Not even that. I was down like $70. I could have been scared and got out the trade, and then as soon as I got out the trade, this thing would have ramped, and I would have been mad because I would have been, I could have possibly made money. But you can't be like that, guys. You gotta sit back, obey your stop, trust and support and resistance, and it's just gonna work out, guys. There's no other way to put it. It's just gonna work out. So that's it, guys. That's my trade over the past 3 days. I might get in this trade here over under 330. It looks pretty good. But no, I'm not. I got stuff to do. So as you can see, guys, one trade a day. I took one trade here, one. It's just one trade, guys. You don't need to be taking 5 trades a day. All right. Just one trade a day. All right. You just got to sit back and make sure the one you take is the correct one. I'm not saying you can't trade more than once. All right. Because sometimes I'll take 2 trades or whatever. But just one trade a day will do it, guys. All right. You saw here, I took one trade, $290, $300, and what, maybe 15 minutes. What more can you ask for, guys? All right, so that's it for the video. If you like it, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. And this setup here happens pretty much every single day, guys. Pretty much you see it on Wednesday here. You can kind of see it here. You can see it right here on Friday. If you go back a couple of days, that's as far as it'll go back right now. But that's it, guys. Like I said, hope you learned something today. Don't make it hard on yourself, guys. It's pretty easy. All right. See you on the next one.